Hello, everyone. My name is Flint Lesperance, and I'm currently a senior. There has been this sort of trend going around in TikTok and Instagrams, and I'm like, hey, how about I'll give myself you know, more of my perspective with this trend, and it's called My School Day from Hell. If, you know, you know me, I'm I'm very pessimistic, as you can see. I hardly talk about my good experiences. It's just the way that I am. I like to focus on the negative things for some reason because it's more entertaining, you know. But yeah, me. All right, my school day from hell. It's junior year, you know. I got myself more of a into the element because I'm wearing my VR goggles. I haven't used them. I haven't used them yet for senior year, but you know, junior. Um, It's through March, like late March through May. Beginnings of May or the endings of March. You know, kind of tight. First of all, I wake up late and I have a throbbing headache. You know when you wake up, you just feel unnaturally sweaty and just you just feel ill. Yeah, that's literally it. You wake up ill, but you know me. I have this project going on high school days, so I can't miss a day, or else I'll miss miss the day where I'm supposed to take a selfie and what. And yeah, basically it. And when I say wake up late, I'm not saying super late. I'm saying that I still have a chance of getting to school, and I don't have that sort of oh, whoa, it's 9:20. Might as well not go to school anymore. No, I have a chance. I hate that chance. I'm gonna choke the fuck out of that chance. Not not the dog from Homeward Bound. That dog is awesome. But yeah, I digress. So yeah, I wake up late, massive headache, and I I didn't pick out my clothes previously, which is something that I never do, but sometimes I tend to forget. And those days suck. Yeah, that's basically it. And obviously, I might be in a rush, so I don't have the mental thing to quickly get out cool pair of cool coverable shirts and jacket and all. It's just quick thinking. I might get a very tight shirt and that shows my belly. Get a jacket that's too cold for this hot humid weather, you know. And my mom yells at me for waking up late. And coming into that, my phone doesn't charge properly. That means I look back to see my phone charging, and it turns out that my phone is at 50%, even though it's it's on the wire and shit, and it's connected. But it doesn't charge for whatever fucking reason. So that further pisses me off. I like when I wake up that my phone's at 100%, and if it's not, I actually crash out. And that enough is to really ignite this sort of flame in me, And I get in a rush. I can barely put my shoes on because I'm so late. My mom gives me a lecture about how I need to be responsible and all. And moms, they tend to drive off from what they're supposed to say. I got a Discord message. From what they're actually supposed to say. So she's just be saying, "Oh, you're so late. You have to be responsible to be a dad, whatever, whatever. Look at your fucking hair and shit." Yeah. Mhm. You stink like shit. You forgot to put deodorant on? Disgusting. Yeah, and that's enough for me to get in that depressive mood. And there's no time for breakfast because I arrive at like 8:10. So there's no point of meeting up with my friends because one friend is going to their friends and one friend is going to the other, and I'm stuck with one friend. But guess what? That one friend that's supposed to be there, he's not even there. Or actually, let me change it. Um, so he is there, but it's like bland. The laughs are sort of forced. It's forced. All that shit. That hurts more than just them not being there. So I I'm just like, bruh, I just gotta use the restroom. I go to the restroom, I cry because my mom yelled at me, all this shit, my phone. I forgot my charger too. Don't forget about the charger. I forgot about it because I was such in a fucking rush because my mom was yelling in my ears. And first period, bad hair day. I realized that I didn't even prepare my hair, so it's bad. It's sticking in awkward angles. It's curling like this. I didn't even put gel on, so I have to use my water bottle. Oh, water bottle. Haha. No, you don't have that, Flint. Bad day, Flint. You don't have it. Just my luck. I don't have my water bottle because I'm in a rush. And I'm constantly fixing my hair, even though it's no use. Doing this, that is not giving in. So I kind of just stand there and just hope it looks good. I have to stay in an awkward angle just to make sure it looks good, like this. And I probably realistically I'll definitely just slick it back, you know, and put it up. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention: March through May, my hair actually looked very horrible. That was like that sort of phase where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just cut everything from here and just let the top part just go really long. But that made my hair do it just I hate having my hair, dude. It's like it just made the longer parts just go like this, and just it was so ugly. I swear to you, it was so ugly, and I just I did not want to cut it off because I'm like I want it long from here, but no, I just kept it like that, so it would just looks ugly and slimy and shit. So yeah, that's the hair, the type of hair we're dealing with. And plus, it just when it doesn't even stand up. My hair doesn't even stand up. It goes like this. That's why I have to look up. You know, it's like this, and that's probably what my mom yells at me for. Because you don't style your hair right, and do you guys hear that? This is Discord message. Whatever. Um, I don't finish my attended first period assignment. And in this case, it's English class, Mr. Egan's English class. I don't finish my assignment, and I'm already in a bad mood. And I don't have my headphones, so it fucking sucks. I can't walk to second period without music on. What what was I made for, man? So yeah, that's pretty boring. And while I'm walking through the hall, I just feel more insecure, really. And it's unusually humid. It's super hot. And I probably brought in one of those puffer jackets with that whatever because I was in a rush. It's hard to see with these VR. How the fuck did I do it? Yeah, worst outfit. It's uncomfortable, it's tight in all the wrong places, my hair is so bad, and when I'm walking through to my second period, everyone just ignores me. And they're all just on their phones, they're just looking at their friends. And when I think I hear someone say my name, is actually no one. It's actually just the Tetris effect, but version Flint Lesperons. And yeah. And third period. Wait, third period? Why did I jump this bit? Let me say this. Second period is Miss Fonseca's data science class. And, piercing voice and whatever. Every day it's a bad day in that class or whatever, but it's unusually worse because for some reason I have a runny nose again with the sick, my head still hurting, my stomach is gurgling because I haven't ate breakfast and all, but it's okay because when I eat breakfast, like I tend to go to the restroom because, it's just a thing that happens to me. And, every day it's like everyone ignores me in that class and whatever. And, mm, realistically, there's nothing that ever happens in that class. But since my phone is not charged, it just makes it way worse than it has. In my headphones, I can't for fucking headphones, my phone. How the fuck am I going to survive second period? But I managed to survive it, mind you. And then I got two straight to third period. And while I'm in third period, I um I slip. I slip on the muddy, you know, area where I regularly go to third period. But here's the catch: nobody catches me slipping. So not only did I slip and hit myself pretty hard and get muddy, I ruined my clothes. Nobody fucking looks at me. Nobody looks at why I fell. Nobody laughs. Nobody acknowledges. Nobody smiles. Nobody's like, oh my god, are you okay? No, no one. So I just pick my pathetic ass up and just like brush myself off. Nobody fucking. And just to add more salt into the injury, I sit. I just like okay. I just lay down there like a stump of a person, just waiting for someone to like react. Mind you, I am like, oh, ow, ow, thing, man. But who passes by? Just like a group of like singular people. They just walk by and they don't say anything. That sucks. And I thought it was gonna like change from that. No, I get to third period. Third period chemistry, I already know, and it was the point where we already do like stoichiometry and that shit. Oh my god, bores me out of my mind. Mind you, now my phone is at like 30%, which is regularly like on like averagely it tends to be at 30% when I'm already back home at the end of the day. So yeah, that's really bad. And yeah, third period I do not finish my homework. I don't understand it even more. Oh, and then I walk back to my fourth period, all muddy and shit, grubby. Fourth period passes by, and boom, math, algebra with my teacher, Mr. Diaz. And you know who's Mr. Diaz? This cranky old man. I mean, he's not really cranky, but he just has an alarming voice. Who just very strict, and he just likes to call out people by name. He likes to yell. He likes to do all this. It's fever dream for real. But in this case, he points me out directly for getting a bad grade in that class, and I get from an A all the way to a D, and he's like, "What? You're supposed to be one of my smartest students. What happened?" And yeah, that happens, and he yeah he calls me out. And mind you, the test is something I really worked hard for, and I already got that grade. And on the flip side, there's a student who originally is like an F student or whatever, and they get a really good grade on this class, and he's like, wow, this person. But Mr. Diaz doesn't call me out like directly. He just says, you failed. No, he just hands me back my test. He's like, you failed. What happened? and it's like a big F on the test. And I'm like, oh my god, my tongue just drops down to my ass, and that really gets to me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bad. I already developed this black and white thinking. I get a bad grade on like some test, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm just the dumbest person in the world. And they really get to me too. Right, I said, he passes another paper to the student, and he's like, oh, great job in doing this test. You did really well, and he gives you like a piece of candy or something. And he's like, oh, he's one of my best students. Like, God, I love that student. And I just sit there wondering, why am I even alive? And okay, now lunch rolls around after being a very depressing and, fourth period, maybe fifth period will be better. Oh, guess what? I don't finish my assignment quickly, and I have to like stay up late, and then I go running to fourth period with fifth period, which is lunch. And the kid with the stupid hat and the hoodie, he beats me to there. So now he just he like mocks me or whatever. I'm like, oh my god. And then I get there in time because realistically I would never like wait in line for that shit, never do that. And I get there, and obviously I get chicken sandwich and all this shit. Um, my lunch number in, and I'm like, all right, let's just do this. And I get my lunch, and boom, my lunch table has been taken by that kid himself. So I'm like, oh my god. I go to one of those big round tables, and I sit down there. And while I'm sitting down there, nobody sits next to me, nobody sits near me. They're all absorbed in their little world, their NPC worlds, while I'm you know, just looking at my food, wondering what went wrong. And while I'm there, mind you, while I'm there eating my food, I I get really nauseous because like the food really gets to me, and I'm like, oh fuck, disgusting. And you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna play frisbee. Maybe I'll feel all better. Get there to frisbee. My frisbee buddies aren't here, so aren't there. So I just have to play with myself. Yeah, and like they're not there, so what's the point of it all? And mind you, it's still hot and humid. We haven't, gotten away from that. It's still hot and humid. And mind you, I'm wearing this big ass jacket and a tight clothes, so I can't even take off my jacket because, I'll show my features, and I don't want to do that. Once I get there, play frisbee, nobody bats an eye. Nobody bats an eye at me. And when they do, they're just like, quick glance and just go back to whatever they went from. And that comes from the pedestrians in South High. They just like walk and they just look like that, but it's just like quick nanosecond of just me and them eye contact. What have I written here? Ignoring. And mind you, this is where times get to the worst. This is where fictional becomes factual, and 651, 742 makes and comeback. A long lived comeback that everyone has been waiting for but me. For some reason, he's having a fucking meltdown over like somewhere, and I'm playing frisbee, and I'm like, my heart drops lower than my ass to my feet. So he's having a meltdown, and I'm just playing frisbee. He's like, "Come on, man! Why does this have to happen to me?" Like internally screaming, screeching, crying, and wailing every single thing that it's in this like dictionary of crying. Yeah, that's what this kid is doing. And mind you, the whole entire like cafeteria just goes running towards him, and ignoring me. And mind you, I've already like threw my frisbee and it's like far away from me, and like all the students just go by, and all the students go by to like this like to this kid, and my frisbee's on the ground, and I'm like, I'm going to, I think that someone's going to throw my frisbee back to me, but no, they step on my frisbee. You know how like plankton on like the SpongeBob movie? I know it's a very weird comparison, but you know how like um Plankton at the end of the first SpongeBob movie. He's like, ah, ha, ha, this will be mine. Ah. He's like in front of the Krusty Krab, and there's like these horde of like people just like come crushing in to the Krusty Krab, and at the end, like Plankton is just like this, and he's like shape of like a footstep. Yeah, that's how it feels. Like my frisbee is just like flattened out, and mind you, after those people just like step on my frisbee and shit, running to the scene where 651 742 is having a fucking meltdown, I cry myself and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this is fucking happening. And and mind you, when they already stepped on my frisbee, they're already gone. More people are coming in, and my frisbee is broken. Like it actually snapped in half. Like it has like a little crack in it. Sure, it can totally be fixed with duct tape. No, the fuck it wouldn't. No, it will ruin the aerodynamic efficiency. No, the hell it won't be fixed. It's gone forever. And there's like the security cars just coming over. They're beeping, beep beep beep, and I'm just there, just standing there alone with my frisbee, and everyone is just like around this kid. They're recording. Everyone is fucking recording, and they got this. And this kid decides that it's a good idea to be like, ah, ah, and everyone's like cheering him on. He's like, go, 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 and then they start to fight, but like they don't actually fight. It's the person who like provoked him is fighting, and he's like, yeah, ah, and they're like, yeah, come on, go, woo. There's like a whole crowd. You might as well think it's a fucking like concert for Michael Jackson. It's like there's a whole crowd of people. There's no words to describe how many people are there. His backpack is thrown to the ground. People are recording, and then the principals start like yeah, and I'm the only one who's like away from the crowd and wondering. I've fallen way, way far from the apple tree, and what? I'm not an apple. I'm a fucking legend, you motherfucker. But no, that happens, and of course, lunch ends. It feels so quick that lunch ends. It's still humid. I'm fucking sweating, and I go back to my art class, and I like for a last dish effort, I tried to do like my little mannerisms, like hey, but they don't even look at me. They don't even acknowledge my existence. So I just go to my classroom, and it's like, yeah. And it turns out that we have a sub for my art class in E43, and I'm like, oh my god, just to way make this even worse. And while I'm there, we're doing like this project. This is fiction. This is wait no, this is not fiction. This is factual, non-fiction. We're doing like this MCM sure project that we're doing. Uh, Let me give you a little background of this. I fucking sucked at that project. That's the only thing that I really sucked at my like art class was the MCM sure project with the patterns. I couldn't do that for the life of me. And because I didn't have any time to do like an actual good one, but like, the only thing I was really bad at. And my teacher probably knew that too, because he knew that it was like the shape I made was like so complex, and it was hard to draw, it was hard to trace, it was hard to cut out, it was everything bad. I had to tape it up manually just to make it not fall into a dozen Jenga pieces. And yeah, we have a sub, and that sub is like I mean, he's a person that he knows, whatever. Mind you, I still have a bad hair day, so it's probably sick back, but this time I look like a damn 90s blonde boy. Like, like it goes like this. It's absolutely horrible. I'm actually crying, you know, within my sunglasses. Um, Mind you, I didn't bring one of my good sunglasses. I brought one of my broken sunglasses for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Because I thought, and mind you, I didn't even take a picture of the day. The only picture of the day that I took fucking picture of. It was this mediocre ass photo of me, just like it was bad, bad selfie. Cause I've done better, I've done better. So I'm there, and I'm just trying to do my work, but I can't focus because the only thing that I'm focused on is on 650, 742, like igniting like this giant ass crowd that I didn't know that came from South High students. They're all lively and shit, and I'm here thinking, it should have been for me. It should have been for me and no one else. Why being for me? And remember when I said that I'm jumping from fiction to factual? This actually happened on October. It's sort of the beginning of October of 2024. Yeah, you already know. And that pretty much break me. And yeah, and mind you, I go to the restroom because I'm actually crying and I don't even want to be in that classroom because turns out that the people next to me and the people behind me and the people in front of me are all talking about this kid and about they're sharing the video and all. I can hear his wailing voice reverberating in between my left ear and my right ear, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I have to get out of here. And I go to the restroom, right? I cry my eyes out, and mind you, I didn't even get the big stall. I got the little stall. So I'm in there. I'm like, ah! But I'm not actually crying that loud because I'm a loser, and I think all the attention is on that kid, and my crying wouldn't even make sense, make an impact. And that's correct, because nobody even notices me crying. Nobody's like knocking on the door, hey, are you okay? No one. And I go back to my pathetic ass goes back to my art class, which is an e-hole. And while I'm walking there, I see something, a particular thing. I see that kid. I see 651, 742 right next to my drum roll, please. Ba-dum bum bum. My PE teacher from freshman year. Aha, yes, Miss Powell. She's right there with 651, 742. Cox in sight. Right there. Right there in front of me. And they're right now, he's like, alright, are you okay? And then, no, no. Mind you, he's on the golf cart. And for some reason, she's there. And, like, the security guard is walking the car and he's like, huh? You can talk to me every time you want to. And I see that and I'm fuming with rage and anger. I go back to art class and I get really angry, so I just, like, hit, like, a chair. But, like, my substitute is the only person that notices, not not the fucking students. They're just like, hey, can you stop that, please? Doesn't even say anything, and my pathetic ass just decides to pick it back up and just say it like that. And before I know it, seventh period comes around, and that's when I get to my podcasting class, which is all the way over there. And I get there and I don't run because I'm too like burnt out. And when I get there, my friends, I'm completely sorry, Matthew. You're definitely watching this. And Aubrey, they get unusually, like, really, really annoying. This is fiction, all right. This is fiction. They get really annoying. It's because it's been a long day, a field day, an absolute heck of a fucking disaster, fiasco, or whatever. And I'm just there as like a stump of a person. And in podcasting class, we do an ed puzzle, a fucking ed puzzle. And, I just put my head down and just cry in acceptance. And the thing is that, um, let me say this real quick. My friend and my other friend go to a different table because they're like working on something. I don't know. Like I wouldn't know. This is just my hell, my hell, my personal school hell. They're just like there with the chairs and the computers. They're working on something like a little project, and I don't even join them. I'm just there. I'm just putting my head down. At this point, my phone is already at like 10%, and surprisingly, it's still alive after all that shit that happened. And I decided to take a selfie, and it's just my mouth. It's just my mouth. And seventh period ends, and I already know that I've already had like a long ass day. Can't wait to get home. Can't wait to get home. And guess who? Guess what happens? My mom calls me and she tells me she isn't going to be able to pick me up. It's hot outside, Mom. How the fuck are you not going to pick me up? And okay, just say I'm gonna say this real quick. My other friend that I'm mostly, walk with her to her house. She says that she has to go to a friend and whatever. She's all apologizing. And I already know. I'm like, oh yes, okay, you're going there. It's good. But in reality, I'm actually heartbroken because she doesn't walk with me, and I'm stuck with me, myself, and I. The last person I ever want to be with, And my mom tells me, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to pick you up, so I have to go be walking to. I have to be walking to my house in the sun, in this uncomfortable clothes and whatever, in my horrible mood, my my bad hair, and it's all horrible and all sweaty, uncomfortable." And I tell my mom, "Okay, you don't want to come over and pick me up. Just say you hate me, okay?" And I walk this agonizing walk all the way to my home. It's all fucking hot. It's like the Sahara Desert, basically. Um, Once I'm there, I turns out that my mom is actually taking care of nephews. Taking care of fucking the nephews. Oh my god, they're just there, all screaming at shit, wearing, watching this brain rot YouTube shit. Oh my god. And I just go straight to my room. Just I just strip naked and I'll just sit on my bed and just cry until I can't feel my eyes anymore. And then and then I sleep because the only logical thing is to do is just sleep. Um when I wake up, it's already like 6, or no, I think it's 8. I missed like half of the day, and my phone's already charging. It's like, for some reason, it wants to charge this time, and I'm sleeping right, and I wake up and I'm all groggy and shit. I t- I go to check to see if it's a dream. It's not a dream. It's real. It's reality. Believe it's fiction, but whatever. And I go to Instagram for some reason. I go to Instagram. I forgot to put the day. I do the day a little, and I go to Instagram, and it turns out like the school did like a set like a singular post of me playing frisbee. It was there the thing that I was proud of for like the entire month. They took a photo of me playing frisbee. It's all cool and shit, and gets a reasonable amount of likes. Gets like more than the usual post. It's like 50 or whatever. And it turns out, oh, the school has made one new post. And guess what that post is? It's it's a separate post about like some football player and admiring for what he did to like school. Mind you, it's singular too. That that post gets like 1,000 likes. I and I go back to my Instagram, and it turns out that I've lost one follower on Instagram. Alright, that's like my school day from hell. Mind you, it's junior year, so if I ever like activated like a curse on me, it would be junior year. It's not fucking senior year. I'm senior right now, and I can't breathe with the VR headset.